for your merch. We got 3 shirts. We got the Shub Ate My Homework shirt, the King Shub shirt with my logo, and we got the Mythican shirt. Link will be in the description. And yeah, that's it. What's up, guys? It's King Shub, and I'm at the booth. The other guys aren't here because they're still working out their contracts. We got a lot to cover today. We're gonna go through the top 10 free agents, where they went, if they're still deciding where I think they're gonna go, and that the impact on the OSH from that. And then we've got a big trade proposal that might be big for the OSH. So now Sean Upham, number 1 free agent right now. He still hasn't decided. He's deciding between 2. Last time I actually tried to record this video, he was deciding between 3, but he's decided to cut the Delphians out. But now he's deciding between the Cannons for 4 years, $65 million, and the Amphibians for 4 years, $67 million. Basically here, he either chooses the Cannons if he wants rings. If he wants a ring, he can just walk onto that team, and it's almost guaranteeing him getting a ring, and it's really going to help the Cannons too. Or he can go on to an Amphibians team who basically just finished their rebuild and is trying to work their way up to that big spot, to the spot in the Super Bowl, maybe even win the Super Bowl. Since they made it to the second round this year, they don't actually have a lottery pick, so they're working. So they made a lot of free agent deals. He's one of them. Hopefully for them, he signs with them. But yeah, so either way, I think this is going to have a big impact. The Cannons will just have one of the best arsenals in the league, with Brian Fast, Owen Screw, and Sean Upham. That'd be huge. And the Amphibians are really just trying to get up there, trying to put their name in contender for the Super Bowl area. So then Daniel Grohl, best cornerback in the league, wanted out of the Knights, so he got out and he signed with the Mammals for 4 years, $43 million. This is really going to help the Mammals give them a lot more contention, as 2 of their biggest weaknesses were their secondary and then their wide receiving core. You're going to see them trying to improve that over the rest of this video. And then Matthew Peters signed with the Cards for 5 years, $73 million. A big thing is that they needed to improve their defense, so they used him. They're just kind of jamming up and getting their secondary a little better. So then Travis White, he signed the two others. So the Mammals have offered him 4 years, $42 million. Still improving their secondary. The Cards are like, we don't really need him, but we kind of want him. So here's a 2-year, $22 million. You can sign with us if you want. I mean, you can do it. And he's probably going to sign with the Sharks for 4 years, $53 million. They traded with Hassan Coupon, so they're really looking to upgrade that secondary and try to hold up their defense, because they let up the most points last season. So yeah. Then Sean Sheem signed with the Cars for 4 years, $36 million. So he was actually with the Cars. He didn't like their team so far, so he left. And then the Cars have been upgrading their team, so he decided to come back. And they signed him for 4 years, $36 million. And then Torres Smith, he used to be a linebacker for the Jewels. He was pretty good. That defense is really falling apart with him leaving and Matthew Peters leaving, so it's really not good for them. But he signed with the Boonies for 3 years, $18 million. The Boonies are trying to make a push for the conference finals. Maybe they can get there, maybe they can't. I mean, that new offensive coordinator is going to help them, as they've been looking really good. And then Samuel Figg, strong safety, signed with the Jewels, 2 years for $10 million. The Jewels are just trying to rebuild that defense. The rest of their defense, they got a great defensive line, but the rest is just kind of trash now, because a lot of their good players left from those positions, so they're trying to rebuild it. Samuel Figg is a good fit, and it's a good start for them, but they're going to have to use some of their draft picks on some good defensive players. Then Talon Ailey, wide receiver, he's in pretty high demand. Luckily, not too many people actually gave him good deals, so he was able to narrow it down to 3 so far, which is Amphibians for 3 years, $13 million, Bunnies 4 years, $17 million, and Cannons 2 years, $9 million. The Amphibians are really trying to improve that receiving core, get some more weapons, and then the Bonies are, like I said, going for that conference finals, and then the Cannons are just like, well, we don't really need you, but like, come on our team if you want. I mean, we could use an extra option. And then next is Sip Bidge, who's an O lineman. He signed with the Master Chiefs for 3 years, $14 million, and the Master Chiefs just needed O lineman. Bro, their QB had to scramble like eggs. Well, scrambled eggs to be specific. So he was just scrambling around everywhere, bruh. There's so much joke on the field. I'm kidding. But yeah, so that's definitely gonna help their O line, and he's gonna get a little stronger. The team's gonna get a little stronger. And then Grant Phelan, D-end with the Icicles, he decided to leave, try to get a better deal. He couldn't, so he signed with the Icicles for 3 years, $12 million. Oh, we did pretty well on that. Let me take a sip of water. Okay. Now, we got a trade. The Pings' William Goffenel, he is one of the best wide receivers in the league. A big part of their offense. A big question for them has been, are they going to build around him? Are they going to use him as an essential piece to build around their team? Or are they going to trade him for assets? And then an asset has just fallen into their lap, as the Knights have proposed to trade a first-round pick, which is right now lined up for the number 3, but the draft lottery has not happened. So having the first and third pick, that would be pretty big. And then Alex Porling, who's like, he's a decent wide receiver. He's pretty good, but as like a sweeten the pot to replace William Goffenel. So for this, I mean, it could have big implications, because it's not hard for the Knights to slip up one, and then the Pinks would have the number 1 and 2 pick. They could get 2 generational talents, and it'd look really good. It'd look really good, but then there's a chance that like the Knights pick might slip down a little, and it might have not been a good trade. So I definitely think there's a risk going for this trade, but I think it's worth it. So in my professional opinion, I'd say they should take this trade. That's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to check out some other videos on the channel, and I'm going to just pass it on to Post Dang Shove. I don't think I have anything else to say. Goodbye. It's Post Dang Shove. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. And also, sorry I haven't been posting lately. Been pretty lazy. I also was on a trip, so yeah, it's been kind of hard for me to post. But yeah, so all bridges burned, nowhere to turn.